1, 2, 3, 4, bum, 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 like a blood orange. I can't squat down, so I can't forage for food, can't sit, I can barely walk. I defecate from my mouth every time I talk. Whip, crack, bang, goes my hoop again.
What up, mongrels? Another day, another e-bike review. And what a little beauty I've got for you today. I have got the Evercross EK30 250 watt cafe style e-bike. What do you get for your money? Well, you get 20-inch by 4-inch fat tyre wheels, split mud guards, massive great big headlight. What are those brakes? They are 160 mechanical disc brakes, Shimano Tawny 7-speed gear set, split mud guards on the back, big long seat, front suspension, rear suspension, kickstand. It's a swing arm type indicators. Light there, you've got a bell. Yeah, all the good stuff. The controls to operate the pedal assist are really simple, and you've got a screen here which gives you all the information you could possibly want. Odometer, distance, time, voltage, current, and then you can adjust stuff. It is a true legal 250 watt e-bike for the UK. Doesn't have a throttle. I'm pretty sure you can get an aftermarket one if you wish, but this comes as standard. Whatever you do outside of that is down to you. As you can see, suspension works. It's not got the most amount of travel. It's got enough to take out what you need. Same with the front. Not adjustable, not lockable. The leg extension, as you can see, isn't really there, but it isn't that style of bike. It is a cadence sensor with 3 levels of pedal assist. It weighs in at 39 kilos, and they say it's got a range between 35 and 55 kilometers, whatever that is in real terms. I've already done 20 miles, and it is saying, let me just turn this on. It's now saying 3 bar. I was flashing between 2 and 1 bar before. So I'm going to give it 25-30 mile at a push. I'm going to take you around now for a quick look, a bit closer at all of the bits. Bear in mind it's filthy, I've been out on it. I'm then going to take it out for a ride in the sequence of the video. Obviously I've already bleeding done that. You'll be able to tell what my feelings are on this bike. Then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. Gotta say, before I do that, at the moment the price of this bike isn't any more than an average mountain bike. It's on sale, and value for money, it does take a bit of beating. Quit your jibber jabber, Lee. Have a look. So, from the cockpit, paddle type handle grips, indicators, light, menu up and down for your pedal assist. That is what it is. Here you have the monitor. I'll just turn that on, see what you can see. Press and hold, boom, that comes on. You can see it, as you can see, it is bright sunlight, not a problem. Gear shifter, 7-speed Shimano, same again, brakes. As you come round, you've got front shocks, motorbike style, big headlight, and some disc brakes, mechanical disc brakes. They look like 160s, 180s. I'll have a closer look in a moment. 20-inch wheels by 4-inch, fat tyres, mag wheels, split mud guards. You've got a little storage space there for either another battery or whatever you want to put in it. A 15 amp hour 48 volt battery. Big long seat, fairly plush. At the bottom you've got a kickstand. Sorry about the state of the thing, I've been riding it. At the back you've got your brake lights, rear shocks with a swing arm, much like a motorbike. And you've got your, are they Shimano Tawny? Yes they are. You've got Shimano Tawny gear set. All in all, a nice looking bike. So as usual, we will test what it's like to ride as a bike, pulling away in first gear. Cycling through the gears, which work fine. I'm right on the back of the seat, and as you can see, I'm getting nowhere near full leg extension, but the bike does move, and move quite freely. I mean, you could certainly make your way home on it. Would you want to ride like this for any period of time? I wouldn't. Seat's relatively comfortable. Gears are changing fine. Pedalling wise though, I am right on the limit of where you want to be at 5'9" stroke 5'10". Because of the lack of leg extension, my feet are forced to have the pedal sitting on the arch of my foot rather than the balls. But yeah, I'm still in normal cycle mode at the moment. Absolutely zero problem. A nice position to sit in when you're cruising. But this sort of bike really does warrant having a cadence sensor. I can't imagine you wanting a torque sensor with it. Remember to change your gears. Take a few of the bumps, no problem. And we are just approaching our first 10% hill. So I'm in pedal assist 3, gear number 7, climbing up this hill. I can feel it a little bit in the legs, but that's because of the lack of leg extension. It's absolutely dragging me up, no problem. Doing 15 kilometers an hour, miles an hour, as I hit the top. As you would expect with the big fat tyres and the comfort seating position, it's stable as you like at any sort of speed. But the speedo tops out at 15.5 miles an hour. So you can't tell how fast you're going anything above that, which is fine. But I know from experience I was probably doing about 30 down that hill. What it does mean is I can't tell you at what speed it becomes too much for your legs to keep up. Not that it matters, it's a cadence sensor. If the pedals are turning, the motor's kicking in. So you hit 15.5. I would say for me personally, the seat could do with being a little bit longer. Because as I say, I'm right on the back of the seat. I can feel the plastic on the small of my back, and I really have not got much leg extension. But the bike itself is performing admirably. For cruising around town, if you're an average sized person, not a problem. And the value this thing gives you, yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant! Dickhead. So the starting of the cadence sensor. 1, 2 seconds or 2 revolutions, whatever that was, and it kicks in. And it certainly works. It also kicks in until 2 seconds after you stop pedaling. Ooh, even if you brake, it carries on. It stops while you're braking. Let's try that again. Brake. No, it worked. Brake. No. Brake. I don't know about that. So the trip computer is very accessible, loads of information. Always on is your speed. Bit boggy here, would be. Ain't stopped raining in days. Right. Oh, here we go. One. And we're off. Yes, always on is your speedo and what pedal assist you are on, as well as your battery bars, 1 to 4. You have odometer, distance, time on the bike. Oh, what's this one? Voltage and current. So yeah, plenty of info there. The thing is here, it does say that the voltage at the moment is still 52. I thought it was a 48 volt battery. It's probably regulated to a 48 volt battery, 15 amp hour. Either way, it works. Suspension is okay, not a problem at all. I'll find out later when I get the stuff a little bit more bumpy. Just wish I had more room on this seat. One thing that is concerning me just a little is this states that it's got a range of 35 to 55 kilometres. Now, out of a 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery, what's that in English? In miles. You're talking top end 30 mile. I've got a 25-30 mile route to do today, and as we know, manufacturers very rarely are accurate with their predictions. I'll keep you posted. So this e-bike is fully UK legal, no throttle attached, 250 watt motor. I've zero doubt that you can buy aftermarket throttles, and what I would say is, certainly on this style of e-bike, up and over here, very slippery and muddy. Bit ominous. Yeah, what I would say on this style of bike, you need a throttle. The cadence sensor delay can be a pain in the butt, certainly when you're starting up hills with the riding position you've got. So make sure your gear selection is correct. Mud guards are working a treat. Suspension is absolutely fine. Not going to set the world on fire, but doing the job. It's relatively grippy enough in this soft, sludgy stuff, because we have had years worth of rain in a couple of days. All is good in the world. I would definitely recommend a throttle though. And although this is, there we go, look, this is what I mean. Throttle there would have been, there and we were off. Throttle there would have been perfect. I haven't tampered with this, I haven't unlocked it. This is literally straight out of the box. Pump up the tyres and away I go. And it's doing a fantastic job. On a beautiful, crisp February morning. So this is where the monkey stump gets tested. Let's have a look. It feels okay to stand up on. The bars are a little bit low for it, but you can get a decent bend in the leg. Oh, slippy pedals. But this is a bumpy, rooty bit of path. Certainly comfortable enough, no problems at all. Let's hit a couple of these. Actually, I'd say this is one of the smoother bikes I've ridden down here. Oh, there's a new bit they've dug up and relayed. This will be bumpy as hell. Go on. Fine. Absolutely fine. Well done. Undoubtedly, for what this bike is meant for, it really is a cracking little bike. A trip to the shops, ragging around with your friends at a weekend, a bit of fun, kids going to school. Smash it out of the park. The value of it is unbelievable. At the moment with the sales, this is coming in at the same price as a decent quality of entry-level mountain bike. So it's a no-brainer, it really is. The quality is fine, the aesthetics are brilliant. If you're after something for a cycling experience, not the bike for you, but it serves a purpose. If I can get 25 miles out of this today, which I'm hoping I can, otherwise it's going to be a bloody hard pedal home, I'd be really happy. And as I say, for the price, definitely. It has got headlights that will make Stevie Wonder squint, really bright. It's got rear lights and brake lights built in. It's also got indicators, but for some reason, only at the front, not at the back. Don't know if I'm minor defective or that is the case. Let's have a little look at these lights going into this tunnel. They're certainly bright enough. Might need to angle mine down a bit. They're illuminating the roof. That'll take 2 seconds. That's me putting it together. And on the note of putting it together, one of the simplest bikes, the mud guards attached to the side of the forks or the frame, which make it really, really easy. Just got to put your front wheel on. I think, pedals, and that's it, you're pretty much done. That delay, I wish it weren't there. Instant on, instant off would be perfect. Or just a little throttle button. Much like I've got on the L20 Boost. Just that little button to pull you away, even if it is to take you up to 5, 6, 7 mile an hour. Yeah, it will be a godsend. It's agile enough, the power delivery is fine. So here we come to the long, gravelly, bumpy, muddy stuff. This is eating it with its big fat tyres, no problem at all, absorbing even more of the bumps. Absolutely perfect. On normal bikes, you can feel this, certainly hardtails. Thank you. Now, at 7.5 miles, I lost my first bar of battery out of 4. It's fluctuating on and off, means it's gone. So that means that we're looking at 30 miles, if that is accurate. A little bit of mud in my face, but those mud guards are hefty and doing a fine job. Now, you've got a tray underneath the battery where, I don't know, I suppose you can fit another battery in there if they do it. Or store some stuff. Ice in that puddle. But no, this is absolutely murdering this. I'm liking this bike. I really am liking this bike, it's got to be said. It has got a few little things, but for the price, it really, really is hard to beat. You know, the style of bike it is, the cafe racer style, all of them have these problems. Still do need a slightly longer seat. But no, it is absolutely shredding this. But if only UK law wasn't so bloody stupid about the throttle and top speed and all that jazz. If you could throttle this thing up to 20, 30 mile an hour, it'd be awesome. Right, while I'm on me Todd, no one in front or behind, top speed and brake. Mechanical brakes work absolutely fine. I'm not going to measure it, don't need to measure it, that was quick. That was definitely quick enough. And that's me pulling off in 7th gear, flat ground before the cadence sensor kicks in. Oh, me bum though, for the slippy, slimy cobbles. Obviously this is not going to have any sort of issue with it, with the big fat tyres. In fact, I don't know why I do it every trip. Although this is proper slimy. Get up there. Now, there is a gap in between these two front mud guards. And when you're going through something that is particularly loose and muddy or wet at high speeds, as you can see by my face, you get a little bit splattered. I don't know if I've put the rear mud guard on the front or vice versa, but I don't think it will be any different at all. It looks right. There's a chance I've cocked it up. I'm not too fussed because this bike's going to be brother, and you know, I like the thought of him getting a face full of muck. Kev. So we are coming to Pothole and Speed Bump Alley. No issue. No issue. Absolutely fine. It's I mean, they're big old potholes and all. Don't get me wrong, I felt them, but they wasn't jarring enough to make me cry. Speed bump. All good in the hood. So I am just over 10 miles in now, and it is safe to say this saddle is taking a toll on my monkey stump. Please bear in mind that I'm 15.5 stone, so that's north of 210 pound. I'm not the slightest of people. I do have a little bit of gravity against me, but something to bear in mind. Not a fan of the seat. I think I might have mentioned it before. Another thing I really like about this, and a couple of bikes do it, is it has got 3 levels of the cadence sensor. I've never understood the 5 levels, because level 1 and level 2, who wants to be pedalling at them sort of speeds? But each to their own. This has 3 levels, which is, you know, convenient. Everything works as it should. The bell is very inoffensive. And navigating through the menus, absolutely not a problem. A little more height or a little more length on the seat would make a world of difference on this bike. This is a cruise around the park with your partner type bike. Not my partner. She's a knobhead. So full disclosure, for the past 1.5 miles, maybe 2, I dropped down to pedal assist 2 and have been pedaling over that speed, so I've been doing the work myself, purely because if this is going to run out of battery or I have to pedal without the battery, I'd rather do it on the flat than the final set of hills. And it's come back up to 3 bars now, but I'm about halfway with some monster hills in front of me. You dig? What it does show though is that you can pedal a bike as a bike for a distance. Ain't help me hoop. 20 miles in now, final big long hill. Monkey stump, not liking this, but the bike has done really, really well. Now I'm down to, on the flat it says 2 battery or 2 bar. Obviously as soon as I start climbing, that jumps down to help me, I'm dead. But you've always got the voltage that you can read. So this one is a 10% hill, climbing up to about 12, maybe 15. We'll see how we do up here. I'm not going to do my normal fast off-roady little bit, purely because the weather we've had will have obliterated that, and this isn't an off-road bike. Trail riding, you're fine. Could do with a throttle, but you're fine. Off-road, gravelly, lumpy stuff, not a problem. Pedals are a little bit slippery for proper off-road. Still climbing this, not an issue. There is, just change down gears, There is a slightly diminished output of power when you get towards the end of the battery, but it's still giving me enough to climb these hills without effort on the legs, which is a bonus because of the, guess what, seating position. So far though, I've liked this bike. Value for money, you really can't go wrong. Stylistically, I mean, kids would love it, I'm guessing. I'm not down with the kids, look at me. Hipsters around town, you'll love it. Vegans, it's electric. But yeah, cushy. Made up here, no problem, albeit at 10 mile an hour. Right, top of the hill, still saying 2 bar. Screen is readable, you can adjust the brightness of it. Sod it, I've changed my mind. Let's give it a hit. This bit is very, very boggy. And I'm sitting down doing this. Purely because standing up isn't the most comfortable with the height of these bars. Oh, bottomed out with suspension. And we're in. I'm going to be on and off the brakes going down here though. Whoa! This ain't a fair test for it to be fair. It is proper slippy, I tell thee. Way! In fact, Lee, slow down, don't kill yourself. There's a gate at the bottom. But made it down, I'm not dead. Through this boggy grass is going to be slip slidey everywhere. Yep. I don't really want to be tearing the grass up. But other people have come down here with their bikes. It's powering through. It's powering through. Fair play to it. Fair play. So after 20 miles of gravelly, bumpy, speed bumpy, potholey, roadwork, hilly, muddy terrain, what do I think of the bike? Overall, this bike is a bargain. I like the aesthetics, the build quality is really, really good. The power delivery is absolutely fine. The fact that it's only got 3 levels of power assist I actually like. Didn't bother using the indicators because they only work at the front, not the rear. But they're there if you want them. The seat has got a fair bit of cushion, but with my frame, obviously I'm not a Slim Jim. I've got to say my backbone was up against that. My monkey stump, gravity took effect. It wasn't the most comfortable. I rode it for 20 plus miles. Most people that are looking this sort of bike are only going to be pottering around the shops, through town, maybe even kids going to school. So bear that in mind, 20 miles over all sorts of terrain. I did have to get off and give my hooper dupe a little bit of a breather. Battery's removable. I didn't have any issues with it getting wet, and it did get very wet. Things I would like, which would improve this bike beyond all belief. Either a longer seat or a higher seat. As you can see here, I can flat foot it, and I've got a good 3-4 inch underneath Biffin's bridge. I'm not tall. I'm 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. So you could afford, even if you had a tiered seat that went up at the back, maybe, yeah, it would make a massive difference. I love the look of this bike. I think for the price they're knocking them out at, you really can't go wrong. The fact that it is truly UK legal, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I wish all cadence censored bikes would kick in a damn sight quicker than they do kick in. But I like this bike. I really like this bike. Mechanical disc brakes, obviously you can see where they've held their money back, not having hydraulic. They work absolutely fine. The shocks haven't got a huge amount of movement, haven't got a huge amount of play. They've got enough play to take those bumps out. Again, it's not an off-road bike. You can ride it through the trails. Anywhere that you're going to be putting in heavy duty pedaling, obviously this isn't the bike for you. You go for something with the right sort of leg extension and that. It will make it up most things. As the battery runs down, the power does decrease, but you still get enough power to carry you up the hills. The last hill we done here is a proper big long one. Got me up it, no problems, did have to use the gears. What do you think of it? Look at it. I think it looks pretty damn cool. As a 50-year-old fat balding knacker. My kids also think it looks cool, and they're not. They're not cool. They're not 50-year-old balding overweight knacker. Obviously the weight, it's an e-bike. 39 kilo. It's a hefty beast, but you know, this could quite easily take over your car as a commute into work, as long as you've not got any more than 10 mile each way. I really like this bike. I really like this bike. Evercross, you've done really well. The only thing I would add, better seat, I would add a throttle. I'm pretty sure you can buy aftermarket ones for it. Yeah, just that pedaling position and seating position really. Anything you want to know, let me know down below. Until next time, ta-ra!